Located at 3206 South Grand in South City, St. Louis, Apotheosis Comics and Lounge isn't just a comic book shop. It's an all-encompassing experience for comic enthusiasts of all kinds. Not only a comic store with everything from games to apparel to their almost violently extensive collection of comics, it also boasts a fully stocked bar with arcade games. If you're not around the St. Louis area, don't panic. ShopApotheosis.com/comics and offers everything in store as well as bundles and subscription boxes. New to comics? Can't decide what to pick? Toss a starter box in your cart and allow the fanatics at Apotheosis to curate a collection of their recent bestsellers just for you. My research can be hard, but Apotheosis makes it so much easier. Be cool like me and grab your starter box today by visiting shopapotheosis.com/comicsand and use code comicsand at checkout for 10% off your order today. That's shopapotheosis.com/comicsand and use code comicsand at checkout for 10% off your order right now. Sorry, I couldn't find the kids clapping, so I just went with the angelic choir, and it didn't really hit the way I thought it was going to. So that's on me. But hey, what's up, guys? Been a couple weeks. We were watching Agatha all along last time, and that was over, and I need a little time off anyway. So when I saw that Dune Prophecy was coming out around, in 15 minutes, I thought, we'll do this. We'll do this. This sounds like fun. So what's up, guys? How's it going? How's life out there? Let's see. We've got Omari. What's up, Omari? I know we're going from Penguin to do Penguin, man. Penguin is, we'll talk about that in a second. Penguin's amazing. We got the Scare of Scuttlebutt podcast. We've got Dave Jones. We've got Spencer. And you know who else we have? We have the Science Fictionary with Marisha and Andrew. Hello, guys. How's it going? Do I still have you muted? I do. I need to stop doing that. This thing is so confusing. What's up, guys? What? Hey, does it? Why is it?
There we go. Can you hear us now?
Oh, we need. Where's the guy? The "Can you hear me now" guy?
Yes.
We're glad to be here. Super excited about
I'm so
Prophecy.
excited about this show.
Hey, the last time you guys were on, we got blocked worldwide.
That's true. We sure did.
Very, 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 very excited about Dune Prophecy. And Tabitha just texted me and said my kick stream says Agatha all along, so I got to fix that. Well, I'm fixing that. Charles from Conversations.
Hooray!
Hello, welcome to Comics and where's Pat?
Everything.
Do the rest of it. No, okay. It's just me. It's just me.
This is the first time you've ever been. This is the first time we've met face to face.
This is exactly true, and I'm very happy to be here. And I can guarantee you that you will not get banned globally because there's no way I have that much influence. Nor am I important, nor am I that big. So we're good. We should be fine.
You were on my biggest show I've ever done. So
it's true.
Well, I spread it around. I try to be nice to all the different kinds of people, and Red 5 Network strong here, so let's go with this one.
Oh, that's right. We are members of the Red 5 Network. We look good in red, all of us. There are so many podcasts, so many nerdy podcasts that if you can't find one that you like that piques your interest, then you're probably pretty boring. So, but you can check out, pardon me, you can check out all of our podcasts, all of our content creators by going to red5.bio.link. And you'll find all of us. But until then, make sure you go to these links below. And there we go. And follow Charles in Conversations. And follow Marisha and Andrew at the Science Fictionary podcast. Because these are some smart nerds, okay? And sometimes they're funny and very interesting. And Charles... It was Charles who informed me that I had been inducted as an honorary Canadian. So
Correct. Your French, your language, the control of the French language is, fantastic. You get the references. I think even was it yesterday or today that you brought up something that brought me back to my childhood with Tintin or Tintin, as I call it in the bed, from Hergé back in the 80s, old school stuff. So that was
what was it?
fantastic.
What was
Zut
it?
alors!
Zut
Zut alors!
alors! I always think of the Little Mermaid, the chef. Zut alors! What is this? I have missed.
Yes.
Quel dommage! What I lost. Here we go in the sauce. Every time I hear quel dommage.
Wow, that's really good. That's really good.
Quel dommage! And did I say it right that we would have to watch it on individual televisions?
Yes, that was pretty good. I got the message. Yeah, there's how French, they switch words up, put something in the front versus the back, and then it's about 25% longer with all their letters and everything. So yeah, and very, very good effort.
Verb conjugation always bit me right in the derriere. See what I did there?
It's a huge problem. It's a huge challenge for the French language.
Okay, we've got 8 minutes before the show starts. So real quick, did anyone on the panel watch Penguin?
Yep. I watched it, no.
Oh my God.
It
Andrew,
is absolutely phenomenal. I
will watch it now that I have a Max subscription.
It appears that my dad's been watching it. I may or may not have borrowed his.
It is some of the best,
yeah,
and I'm going to even say cinema I have ever seen. It is so good. It is.
I've heard good things.
I don't even. I just stutter when I try to tell people what I think of it because I'm just like, it's just good. It's just good. The acting, the makeup, the writing. It really blew me away.
The character development. Every character everyone they have, you are sucked into their character. If it's a major or minor character, everything is perfect. I mean, it's just really, there's nothing else. My wife also loved it, and we could not wait until each Sunday night to get the show. We'd refresh. Is it coming here? Let's go watch it. So it was fantastic.
And I really hope that Dune Prophecy is at the same level.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. HBO has really brought us some of the best television in the history of Sopranos, Game of Thrones, The Wire. They are known for absolutely bringing it. So fingers crossed they don't mess up Dune Prophecy. Now, there's really not. Has anyone read the books? Any of the books?
Dune, yeah, I read the first 3 or 4 Dune books.
They kind of bleed into each other. They kind of bleed.
Yeah, same. And then I've started Duke of Caladan, but I hadn't finished it.
Okay, are those the ones that his son wrote? That Frank Herbert's son wrote?
That's his son, and oh gosh, what's his name? Brian Herbert's his son. Kevin J. Is it Kevin J. Anderson? Yeah.
I was going to say Brian Anderson. I was like, no, that's not right.
Wrong one.
I've only read the Frank Herbert books.
Okay.
Those are the only ones I've read. So, and honestly, I haven't read them in so long, and I did a reread, and I'm still on Chapter House Dune. For some reason, when I had the surgery and I was laid up for, almost 2 months, I decided then to not read the book, and I don't know why. I just I have literally nothing else to do. Can't get up, walk around, do anything. Why am I not reading? I don't know. But in those books, in the core, we'll say the core Dune series, there really isn't a lot of precursor information. We don't get really in depth too much into the I don't want to say beliefs, but maybe the tenements and where the Bene Gesserit came from. Yeah. We know what they're up to. They want to create the Kwisatz Haderach one that they can control, which is why they were so pissed about Paul being made, because they weren't able to control him. Had they breeded Fade Routha with Jessica's daughter, they would have had one they could control. Then they get Paul, and that doesn't work out. But I've always been very fascinated. Dave's sneezing. He's on the other end of the house, ladies and gentlemen. That's power.
Yeah, the prophecy of Dune is very intriguing in itself because it's the question of if they had got the pair they wanted to have a child, yes, they would have gotten someone they could control, but would they have truly gotten someone who could see the golden way?
Yes. Someone who has all the memories of all male and female.
Well, it's not just the memories. There's only one way forward that doesn't bring about the downfall of all humanity. It's a reset to a Stone Age kind of downfall. If you have
a great jihad,
right, but you have to have the one that can see the one way forward, and that's what Paul gives up his humanity to be able to see that path.
And how many conversations or how many times have you heard people call Paul the hero of the story? He's the hero, like, but he's not.
But he's also not the villain.
He kind of has characters of both. But I believe the real hero is Duncan Idaho. Duncan Idaho is the hero of Dune.
But but the truth is that the reason Paul is not the villain is because he's the one that saves humanity.
By way of Plato.
There's literally only one path, and that path is for him to give up his humanity and do this terrible thing.
The golden path.
And so without him embarking on his crusades, humanity dies. So it's not a hero or villain story. It's a savior story.
Well, it's like I always think about Doctor Strange, like looking at all the potential futures. I think it's that kind of.
And I just finished watching Dune 2 today with my wife. We had started watching it a couple of nights ago, and watched it. And when he does drink the water of life, it was almost like a perfect shout out to this series we're about to start watching, where he sees in a successive 15-second clip. You see he's going in through the past of all the mothers, right? All the sacred mothers. And you get the sense of, for eons of these leaders going back in time, sort of insinuating that they have been there since day one, trying to make all of this happen. And they're at now this critical point where they realize that, wow, we've lost control of this, and now it's up in the air.
I'm really excited. Pardon me. It's always allergy season here in Missouri.
Yeah, same.
I'm really, really looking forward to diving more into the Bene Gesserit. And I really hope that we get to see more of the Bene Telaxu too. Like all of them. I want all the factions. Give me that good old science fiction space religion. I want to dive into that stuff. And I feel like we don't pay it enough attention. We don't in Star Wars, and we don't with the adaptations of Dune. Like, it's glanced over, it's mentioned, and it just leaves you really intrigued. Like, I want to learn more about these crazy space witch nuns that end up, accidentally branching off to space witch nun prostitutes. There's so much I need to know. I want to know everything about it. The box, the ganja bar, the litanies. Okay, so we've got 1 minute left. I'm just going to remind everyone at home in your areas, we watch on our own devices for one very, very important reason: copyright infringement. Copyright infringement. And they're rather indiscriminate about who they come after. So we're just going to be safe, and we're going to watch it on our own devices. I am broke, okay? So I don't have the streaming services without commercials. I have commercials. So when I have a commercial, I will let you know. We can everyone can pause if you don't have a commercial, and that gives us about 1.5 minutes to chat about what we just saw. Like, we're going to be reacting and going on as it's playing. But when there's a commercial, that gives us a really good opportunity to kind of really dive into it. Okay.
I'm excited.
Excuse me. I'm drinking soda. Okay. So let's refresh our apps or whatever we got to do.
There it is.
Get
Watch
in there.
season 1, episode 1.
Oh,
There it is.
it's still telling me trailer. Dang it. And look, I love Travis. Is it Fimmel or Fimmel? I don't know how he says his name.
Oh,
he was Ragnar Lothbrok.
yes,
Yes, from Vikings.
Oh!
Ragnar!
Yeah.
Okay. Mine still tells me to content not available.
Well, we've got it here.
Son of a
1
bitch.
hour and 6 minutes.
Okay, well that's great. I have a early call tomorrow. Okay, guys, are we ready? And 3, 2, 1, press play.
Commercial.
Yep, commercial. So save that energy. I'm still like, I tell you what, when I get all worked up and anxious and stuff, it takes like days for me to come down off of it. Like, I tell you what, if someone jumped up in front of me right now, I'd probably punch him right in the face. Like, no, I can't.
It's addictive. Early call times, notwithstanding.
All right, here we go. HBO logo's come up for me.
Oh, I love that sound. Oh, takes me back to my soprano days. Doom, 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 doom. Oh, someone's really loud over there. Victory is celebrated in the light, but it's won in the darkness. Boy, isn't that truth?
Wow.
What holds the truth? History or prophecy? When humans rose up against the thinking machines that had enslaved them.
The jihad. We've never seen anything about the jihad either.
Wow. Production values are definitely there, man. That is awesome.
My great-grandfather deserted.
The Valerian Jihad.
Yeah.
When war ended and all thinking machine technology was banned, history branded my family as cowards, and so we were banished.
That's not us.
Others who shared my blood were resigned to live in shame. But the history the Atreides wrote is stronger than lies. And I, Valya Harkonnen, set out to change it.
Oh, good. Producers are texting me.
So I broke free from the past and chose
Of the show? That's amazing.
They're fans.
We're already banned.
There I met my true mother, the first Mother Superior, Raquel Berto Anero,
The first?
the hero during the wars. She trained sisters to work as truth sayers. Assigned to the great houses to help them sift truth from lies. Together they would form a network of influence throughout the domain. Raquel would use it to govern the future.
I mean, the quality is just as good as the films.
Denis Villeneuve, yeah, it is right up there.
I mean, listen to how quiet we've been.
They required more than just guidance. They required transformation. Mother Raquel embarked on a secret project. She wanted to breed better leaders.
Is that how it started?
Vast genetic archive. She would use it to foster the right royal unions.
I mean, ew.
Cultivate
Control.
control.
Yeah.
All about the control.
Mm-hmm.
Zealots among us would view this breeding as heresy.
But then when they got used to it,
Another superior being
They got over it.
and I did something nothing to carry it out.
Warlock 9.
That is why, in her final moments, she called for me.
Now, we don't have a lot of information on the early days of the Bene Gesserit, do we?
And we basically know where they come from and how they came about, but it just in very vague terms.
Valya Harkonnen.
Thank you for saying Harkonnen and not Harkonnen. I'm a purist from the 84 movie, sorry.
Same.
Oh, that is cool looking.
Yeah. The cinematography is
Beautiful.
rather beautiful. I need to quit
Like,
doing that on
wow.
mic. Good news. I don't have a 7 a.m. call tomorrow. I have a 2 p.m. call.
Better.
So now you got a late night.
Dust.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Reminds me of Gates McFadden, Dr. Beverly Crusher.
Oh, where's Jessie? She just left.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Damn.
Sand is so hard to nail in effects. It's,
Wow.
but man, when it does. Oh, youch.
Jeez. Thank you.
Start banging the guys from the great houses now.
The important things in life.
So we're establishing she's the first. She's the first
Yes.
Reverend Mother, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Valya.
Tyranner. A reckoner. A holy judgment brought on by a tyrant.
Uh-oh.
One I swear to kill his wise wife. One was coming for us. We have to prepare. How? By putting one of ours on the throne.
By banging one of the guys from the great houses.
First empress to rule the Imperium. One loyal to us.
So they want an empress. So no banging. Just okay.
She is the Senate.
She didn't get a glimpse of Dune Messiah before she died.
Mother Regina always said we could not be split.
Can't be unevenly yoked. Where have I heard that before?
Would only weaken our order. or a force of unimaginable darkness that could destroy us completely.
Are they just gonna drop her off the cliff?
I had to convince my sisters.
I mean,
it was true.
it's easy burial.
We must carry her legacy forward.
But not her body. That we drop.
We must keep changing boundaries of what it means to be human.
That's always goes so well.
Hide our powers of true sense until we advise all the great houses who govern. Mother Akella urged us to use every tool.
Humility is the foundation of our virtues.
Humility
Mm.
is the foundation of our virtue.
Is it though?
Not everyone agrees.
Yeah, there seems to be other interpretations.
Always. Okay, so it's like a sky burial.
The way is hard, and the path is narrow.
Just like that hallway.
I see you wasted no
Wow.
time stepping in. Mother Dorothea,
Huh.
what are you doing?
You're not in charge here, madam.
What should have been done long ago?
Or is she looking for her genetic library? I bet it's gross. I bet it's very gross.
Why do you need access to this genetics?
There you go. You called it.
Wow.
We're going to delete it.
I've been practicing my truth sense.
Truthsayer.
You can't do this.
We have a hand that points toward a righteous path. We are meant to guide the Imperium, not rule it.
We must
Hmm.
create the path and lead others to
Guiding,
it.
leading.
You can.
Ever since you arrived, you've been assisted to what you thought.
Manipulating.
Hmm.
With risk, I
Government,
will sacrifice
you know.
Because I did not want to fight with her on her deathbed.
Well, that makes you a liar.
This is us being God.
And you're not wrong.
We will be judged for it.
Probably.
I honor my grandmother with this great work of hers.
Wow.
Oh, it was her grandmama?
Oh.
Wow.
Listen, if I disrespected my mama's wishes, oh, she'd come back from the grave.
The voice.
On me.
Oh, look at the water.
Yes.
Oh.
Thing of beauty.
You still open home.
So, what?
One I hope to share with you.
She's the first one to use the voice?
It appears so.
If you beg.
I will never bend.
Wow. Oh. Ooh.
She pronounced that wrong, Charles.
Yes. I know. That's why I'm about to turn it off.
Take out your blade.
Wow.
There we go.
Well played, Valya.
Wow. Lots of firsts here.
First use of the voice. First murder by the use of the voice. Is that a remote? Did she drop the TV remote?
Yeah.
The LED lights.
Would forever be damned to the ones I expected history. But my truth lay in prophecy. What do we do? Sisterhood above all.
Wow.
Throw her off the cliff with her grandmama.
That's a lot of blood.
You're going to need a lot of baking soda to clean that up off them steps, guys. peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide is really the only thing that
It's
cleans up blood.
gonna be a sequel to or a prequel to Blade here, apparently.
What was that? Like the water?
That sound?
No.
Yeah, it looked like the water. Like that.
30 years later. 116
Wow.
years after the end of the Great Machine Wars.
Okay.
10,148 years before the birth of Paul Atreides. 10,000? I thought it was like 1,000 years, but you know,
it's a long, long time.
yeah, the books jump forward like 10,000 years here and there also.
Right.
So I feel like we missed some stuff.
I'm sure they'll recap it.
Yeah. There was really
so-
nothing important in those 10,000 years anyway, so.
Right. So
Kinda
the order is founded really not that long after people start leaving Earth.
Yes,
There are
that's-
people still on Earth, I believe, when the sisterhood is founded. So,
Okay.
and that's something else I really appreciate about the Dune series because it's supposed to be our future.
correct. Yes.
Great casting. Oh my god, such fantastic casting.
Oh yes,
God.
I love her.
Yes, to Hansberg. Come on. And you can tell House Harkonnen knew.
Oh.
Sisterhood above all, huh?
Excuse me, Sister Avila.
Like that name, Avila.
My god, the production aesthetic is perfect. It is absolutely perfect.
The color grading is
And the architecture is just so good.
it's exactly how I would picture it.
Yeah,
Yes.
the set design is beautiful.
That's set design, thank you. The proper terms that I don't know.
I think we need to talk with the production designer. I think we need to have a little chit chat with their production designer.
Dune is really setting or kind of resetting the standard for sci-fi aesthetics right now.
Which,
yes.
you know what, is awfully perfect if you think about it. Of course, Dune should be the one to set the standard.
Well, and it shaped like the last more than a half a century of science fiction literature. So,
Yeah.
It's interesting to see that the students or the acolytes of the order are in lighter grays than all blacks that we first saw in their costuming.
Like the ones in the middle are like darker gray.
Yeah, maybe further along in their education, maybe.
That's interesting.
So they apostates, I would assume.
Ooh.
It's such a cool word, apostate.
There will be no resistance.
Yeah, and acolyte is unfortunately not at this point.
Waiting for it.
Sorry.
Oh, I
Apostate.
tell you what, they did find a way to keep that show's name in our mouth
They did,
with a really horrible taste, but
despite the spitting.
yeah.
That is unfortunate.
Do magic and stuff. Well, it's not really
And looks
magic,
familiar.
but huh.
Shall we?
Pardon me?
Humanity's greatest weapon is
Is
the
the
law.
Is it?
If you observe a large amount of white matter in the prefrontal cortex, do you know what that makes this man? A criminal, a
So
sociopath.
We're
a
looking at
psychopath.
someone's
Yes.
brain.
Human beings rely on lies to survive. We lie to our enemies. We lie to our friends. We lie to ourselves. Lying is among the most.
Well, don't bring that to my
sophisticated
attention. I
Because others don't like to lie. The body projects it. How does it do that? Pupils dilate, changes in breathing, Perspiration on the brow. Yes, that's right.
I feel like I've had this conversation with my grandmother.
There you have a grasp of theory. But application
Who literally
Wow.
was a lie detector for intelligence.
What you're saying is lying keeps everyone young. Got it. Noted.
Jot that down.
So it went well. This time next week should be out.
Love the call out to the 84 series with these titlings. Not that the recent ones didn't do it, but
Oh, look how beautiful.
Mhm.
oh, the shields, nice.
I miss the Jello mold look though.
Yes.
Something about Patrick Stewart and a Jello mold.
Exactly.
Well, he's nice to look at.
Both of them look good.
Yeah. A little something for the ladies, I see.
Mhm.
Yes. If you like, with this will tell you where your opponents haven't beat you before they know.
No, you should watch their shoulders and hips. I'm just saying.
But I used to be trying a lot till boys started diapers.
Fun.
So your sword master training in the sister. Why Nezzy will go too full of herself to bat. She's done quite good. She'll acquit herself well more.
Her traveling pants.
The pants.
Be very happy. Princess?
You want to see?
Mm-hmm.
They spent well on this.
Yeah, they absolutely did.
They spent their money wise. Oh, Mark Strong.
Always impressive.
Yes.
A fleet that will know no equal. Dust storms won't hinder it.
Reminds me of the mouth of a worm there.
Against
Oh,
your issues
good catch.
on Arrakis
Does.
will be a thing of the past, and spice will flow.
Hmm.
One more thing. It occurred to me that having our own wing in the palace might smooth the transition.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't part of the arrangement. Your Majesty, I'm sorry to be frank, but your issues on Arrakis aren't going away. Not without my ships to protect the harvest from
This deal keeps getting worse all the time.
It does.
I love the hand motions. So good.
Mhm.
Did they tell us which house this person's from?
No.
Carino. I thought he said Carino.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Would you let this small ask derail our entire agreement?
Oh, the pink guy? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's lying.
Trying to make a fool of me.
Ah,
Are they gonna kill him?
off with his head.
I'm starting to feel like murder's gonna be the case.
Tell him to go jump off the waterfall.
That's still complicated.
Riches says his name's Duke Riches. Riches, Richese, Richese.
Or cheesy, yeah.
You must first exert power over yourself. Your mind and
See, I would make a terrible Bene Gesserit because I have zero self-control.
In front of you are men and women from the imperial prison. Thieves, swindlers, con artists. Your task is to demonstrate at the least a rudimentary command of truth-saying. We have removed all barriers to your subjects to make this task easier. You may begin.
Huh. Find the liar. Why are they naked? Does clothing help you lie better?
I mean, they said remove all barriers, so
Yeah.
Maybe it's not just the pupils that dilate.
Oh. Huh.
Her words are true, but her intent is to deceive. He lies. This man is a liar. Honestly, these were the best you could find.
Rude.
Wow.
If you think it's so simple to deceive, sister, tell us, why are you here?
Wow.
My story. When I was a child, my mother and father sold me to a man who made his money peddling the flesh of children.
Ew. Why do we need to hear horrible things like that?
Mm.
I did my time until he got sleepy with his knives. I slit his throat in his sleep.
like a good life decision.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did the same to my parents.
Oh. Probably a good call. Oh yeah, it was hilarious. Arrogance.
Wow.
Arrogance.
Subplots and stuff.
This is my tradition. And all this when I first met your father. It was a stranger to me too.
Like, was there more to it? Was just the
A symbol of strength. Something I wish you'd show a little more of. Instead of allowing those sorceresses to bring you to their school. The sisterhood will teach me skills that will aid in my leadership.
so they want her to be empress, correct?
Well, she sounds like she's not part of the order, but
Yet.
she's trying to be wooed.
You took my counsel, you ruled how you wanted to marry. I see the way you look at our new sword.
Oh, so cool.
I'm getting what I want.
That looks like it was an absolute bitch to make.
Those had an addition.
Yeah.
Tiny beads.
Here's the Vikings guy.
Yay! Travis.
More eye candy. I mean, this guy
Ooh,
could like
baby, to a show.
Yeah, he's very.
I'm just glad to see him finally doing something else.
Yeah, he's very good. He's a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he is. He wants a ranch. He wants to buy a ranch in Australia, and that's why he acts. He's only acting to make money for his ranch.
Fantastic.
Love it.
You want to buy a kangaroo ranch?
Desmond Hart. So is this our Duncan, Idaho type?
Mm.
Assuming he's not a Fremen.
Ooh. No blue eyes, or?
Your Majesty, it's an honor.
Ooh, he could.
Just when people last more than one. Multiple commendations.
I mean, he does have blue eyes.
Your regiment.
Mm-hmm. Naturally, of course.
Harvester, transports, everything.
Oh, the accent.
Because I'm the only one that can tell you the truth. The attack on the Raiders.
She's activated her truth saying.
They were insurgents from your own allied worlds. The equipment they used was from off planet, and they were trained in their ways. Once a harvester ejected his payload of spice, their ship kept. It was theft.
Oh, snap.
The story is true, Your Majesty.
Uh-oh.
Who believes it to be? Why wasn't I informed? You must be an isolated incident.
He's so good at playing kooky. Like,
Yeah, just a little bit unhinged.
Arrakis, I imagine you're eager for the lead. Actually, Your Majesty, I was hoping that I could get an assignment here at the palace. Well, I'm sure we can find something suitable for a man of your talents. In the meantime, we're about to have quite a party. Join us.
well, whoever this Allison Herman is of Variety who just reviewed Dune Prophecy, I think she might be a moron. Because she said Dune Prophecy cannot hope to equal Denis Villeneuve's aesthetic accomplishments. No. That
Really?
looks
Crazy.
accomplished to me.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh.
Mm. Ew.
As I.
Wow.
So who's the rotten fruit?
Damn.
Oh. Huh.
Oh, there's the worm.
Ooh.
I think these visuals are stunning and
Yeah.
they line perfectly with Denis Villeneuve's.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have the big sprawling wide shots, but you're not going to do that as much in a television
No,
show.
exactly. You've got an hour to do it. It's
They came to say goodbye. Gosh, what's wrong? Remember the day my sisters and I found you? We had no way of knowing what we would discover.
Huh.
A child held captive for years.
Held captive?
The moment I saw you, I knew that one day you would lead our Imperium to a better future.
Hmm.
I have something I need to attend to, but I'll be back soon.
I had a horrible vision about you. I'll be back.
Right.
oh, by the way.
Yeah.
A rotten pomegranate and were eaten by a sandworm.
In a gorgeous red gown, mind you. Beautiful taffeta.
You look stunning as you're being killed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to use the words worm food, but at least in a moose bouche. I love their kind of steampunky technology.
Yeah, and that fits perfectly with what Denis Villeneuve did. I mean, it's the same thing. Very rudimentary pieces, but like these high-tech, low-tech looking, but high-tech
Yeah.
effects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, he was directly involved in producing this first season of this, right?
Oh, that's
Was he?
complete sense.
I believe so.
Well, that would only make sense.
This was his concept. He pitched it.
What choice do I have?
So that proves my initial theory that this Allison Herman is a moron. So.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, they chose that. Knowing his age would give them years to make this one.
Still fighting is waiting to tell you. That boy comes with a fleet of fighters, which I need for Arrakis.
Money! I sold my daughter. Duh.
The time when you took my views seriously. Imperium was stronger for it.
Yeah, you and I. We remember things differently.
Ooh.
Youch.
Need to get dressed.
I loved her on The Witcher.
Yeah, she was great.
Oh,
The lioness.
and the music and the sound is very powerful, just like the movies as well.
I agree.
And it might be wise to pair the princess with someone outside royal circles. Next. Not everyone from this school stems from noble houses. It's not her background that concerns me. She's too rigid. She reeks of piety. We operate across worlds of all dispositions. Our aim is not to broaden the princess's worldview, it's to adhere her to our own.
It's a very interesting piece they have on her neckline.
Yeah.
Mm.
Acolyte wounds are forged in fire.
Oh, they said acolyte. They said acolyte.
Emmeline is bad. Jane has bite, isn't she? She'll go far.
Hmm.
She can be tamed. Reminds me of someone else I know.
Excuse me, what are you trying to say?
Lost on her. Oh, I think the princess would like her, but she's too independent a thinker. We need to pair nose with someone we can trust to keep her in line. She won't be under Kasha's influence much longer.
This is the most accurate depiction of government I've ever seen.
Right.
Very upfront. She excels in her studies. She is uniquely useful. See? But don't dissemble, sister. You only hold on her because she's your favourite. Well, your favourite's like a lamb lost in the woods. Aya is a true empath. And given her lineage, she will be a natural born truth sayer.
Her lineage, eh?
She needs to be nurtured.
Hmm.
It's not something to nurture.
Weakness.
She's young, she's afraid, she's in awe of you. And in time she'll grow all those hard layers that you measure worth by. As I do. Don't underestimate yourself, Tula. What matters most is what's underneath those hard layers.
Like a sandworm, one might say.
Oh,
Like that.
speaking of which,
Ooh. There's the
Someone's come a calling.
ornithopter. Oh, no, not an ornithopter.
oh, isn't that so cool? That design, it's so good.
I do miss the David Lynch, Bene Gesserit. You know, the bald with the big cap.
Oh yes, yes.
Not trepidation. What I saw was not ordinary.
Very intimidating.
Fear, in fact.
Yeah.
Still fear. No, Naz, like I do. She's strong. Not easily hurt. Good. That's why she was chosen. You forget I'm the one who bonded with her since she was a child. Who deflects the Empress's interference. Who assuages the Emperor's fears, even as we weaken in our eyes.
Ooh.
Oh, so they're the ones.
To lose faith in the plan.
Aha.
And what if this plan of yours causes the very thing we seek to prevent? What if we brought on the reckoning Raquel spoke of? You forget. I'm the one that Raquel asked for as she lay dying. I shall see the burning truth. I think I know what she wanted.
You think?
Mhm.
Kind of need more certainty in this situation.
Mm.
Why did you stay the night? Remind yourself of your purpose. And tomorrow you must return to Seleucus Secundus. Nothing is more important than your work there. A sister on the throne, that's what makes great. And this is the marriage that makes it possible. This wedding will proceed.
I said it will proceed.
It will proceed.
I said good day.
Okay, so he's the father of the groom.
Yeah. Duke Rachis. That's a weird, uncomfortable name to say.
Yeah.
It sounds like cheese.
Could also be Italian, like Casey, maybe.
Rachis. It's a Duke Rachis.
Your Majesty,
Sorry.
may I present to you my son?
My brother and sister are Italian. I'm allowed.
Future.
Exactly.
Lord
There you go.
Richese.
Richese.
Pruitt, who does that to their kid?
Gross.
It's love at first grade.
Ooh.
Isn't it beautiful?
Wow.
Another red wedding here coming up.
Hopefully not as red.
You can only hope.
I mean, what is she, like twice, 3 times his age?
They mentioned that, and they believe they chose this young boy because that gives them more time with her to kind of manipulate and grow her to their
Likings.
Mm-hmm. Isn't what anyone wants? Do what I say, not as I do. Duh.
I have protected our work. I have grown our ranks. Our hands are poised to be levers of power. And yet our growth point is still fragile. I am trying to protect us and the Imperium the only way I know how. I believe in your commitment.
I like the weather change for the serious conversation.
Why not just check the match? See if Princess Inez truly is the one to put on our gates.
Oh my gosh.
My family calls me Nez. What do they call you? What? So what do you do? You don't actually have to speak.
Oh,
Wow.
woo! Oh, someone is getting a spanking after the wedding, and it's not gonna.
Oh, shoot.
Wow.
You sassy little turd. Thank you, sweetie.
Awkward.
He's looking at him like, what a little her.
Yeah, mommy doesn't look too impressed with the whole proceeding.
Yeah. Someone didn't get any spankings. Well, there's still time. What she should have done is done the mom thing, like leaned over and then talked through her teeth, like, you want to rephrase that? You know, you got to live with me the rest of your life, maybe knock it off.
A little respect for the age.
Mm-hmm. You give them to look.
Yank the under the
Whale
arm right by the shoulder. Like, "Grr."
Oh.
Ew, ew, ah, I thought ambergris was gross. Oh, why do we have to keep using whales' bodily fluids? Just leave the whales alone, man.
What do you have there? Nothing? Your intent is to deceive. Do you know the truth, Sarah? Not yet, but I know a liar when I see one.
Well, there you go.
It's his action figures. Leave him alone.
Snacks. It's his snacks.
Oh, cool.
Oh, so dope. Oh, I don't think he's supposed to have stuff like that.
Looks like maybe not.
Yeah,
Very cool.
they're not supposed to have any kind of AI whatsoever.
The machines, yeah.
Oh, Ragnar saves the day. This yours.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Tell me you're all afraid of a little toy.
You exist.
Dude,
Yeah.
read the room. This guy is a massive douche.
Yeah.
Let's be sensible. Let this ruin our celebration.
Heretic.
Oh boy.
Let us, for now, overlook this transgression.
For now.
Mm-hmm.
After the party, we hanging.
Where did he get that technology?
The Bene Tlaylax. The Tlaylaxu are always the bastards that have the stuff they're not supposed to.
I was
Fingers
going to say Timo.
crossed.
Space Timo.
Oh, Space Demon?
Timu.
Space Timo? Same thing.
Thank you, Liz. When's our marriage goes through? Call something like that again now.
Oh, there we go. He's got the shoulder.
Oh, yes!
You
Yes!
called it.
You're doing wonderful, darling. You're doing wonderful. So
Off
proud.
with the mask.
Bam! Ah, she
There you
mob
go.
fixed him. I love it.
Not bad house. I checked the giant star pattern. This is the right choice. This is the match that stabilizes the combined 1% choice. I'm wondering if when this is over, Crusher shouldn't spend some time here with us all the night. Tasha may be wrong about the wedding, but no one is closer to the emperor than you, her. You can't keep picking pieces off the ball just because they disagree with you.
I mean, can't
Protect her too.
or shouldn't.
Cantor won't, ma'am.
Yeah. I mean, I suspect she can.
I mean, I can do that too. Just saying.
After one last training, the princess will just stroll in heels and like
Ah! I keep saying it. It's like they're rubbing it in Disney's face.
Exactly, because this is what Star Wars could be right now.
Yeah, we could do Space Witches too, but check ours out. Am I right?
These you want to watch.
Yeah.
We're going to the mission. One last night out. You and me.
In that case,
Spice.
Oh, hey. It's a spice night.
It's always a good way to start the night.
How come every
Yeah.
time you see someone do that in a movie, it's super clean? Like they're not worried about getting it
Yeah.
all over their face and all over their
Little
hand. Like you're just
sparkly
so
spice under the nose.
right. Nope. No spice covered donut for them.
Donut.
Are you all right? Yes.
I love this dude. He's
Yeah.
up to something.
Yeah, 100%.
It can be debilitating,
Ooh.
especially on a planet like Arrakis, where everything is constantly trying to kill you.
Yeah, good old Arrakis. Not a great vacation spot.
Especially for Anakin.
True. You wouldn't like it.
No.
Yes. But they'll do nothing about the growing insurgency against you. It was last night. Your Majesty, the theft of spice could be a sentence. Your troubles are far greater than
Clarify.
more and more people question if we're too quick to discard the machine.
Ooh.
Why only the great
Heresy!
Wow.
Is this not being shared with you?
He's got some balls on him talking to the Emperor like this.
Tasha's never led me astray.
Except for when she did.
It's wrong. You can call it up and lose control of Arrakis. My father never suffered such humiliation. His father before him. Without spice, the great houses would
Wow.
feed to the worm. Do you believe in forces that extend beyond man and machine? I don't know what I believe anymore. More than believe this. I should not be here. That attack should have killed me. The fear I felt staring down in my abyss. You know what I prayed for then? The strength. I feel nothing. Next thing I know, I'm clawing my way out of the den. My lungs are screaming. And when I took my first breath, I felt boom.
Oh,
Different.
so he's going to be one of those.
Mm.
The gods are listening. The gods.
I got a throwback to Vikings on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
The wife's refuge.
He just called him a girl.
I'll tell you something. The gods freed me from this vice of a wedding. Consider me a true believer.
Challenge accepted.
Mm. Wow. The thought in that scene.
He just does crazy so well. Like,
Half expecting to just like throw out the name Loki at some point. It's like, oh, that fits.
I feel like he does kind of slip into that
Yes, absolutely.
Viking
Yeah,
voice,
absolutely.
the accent and everything. Pardon me. So is the only drug they have spice? Like, is that it? Like everyone
No
does
death,
spice?
I guess.
no death sticks.
No death sticks. I mean, at least Star Wars has death sticks and spice.
Exactly.
And I bet those shots
Oh.
cost $20 a piece.
Look at
At
her
least.
eyes.
2. Yeah. It's the pretty sword master.
Oh, so there will be some banging. Okay.
True HBO fashion.
Oh,
Yep. Her eyes are blue.
Did you catch the name?
Did you catch?
No.
What did she say?
He's an Atreides.
Oh.
Explains the cheekbones. Yeah. Hawk-like features.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. VIP room.
Excuse me, Chris Rock taught me that there is no sex in the champagne room, so they need to mind themselves.
We're in the spice room.
Okay, that's different then.
Yeah.
Shotgun.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of reminds me of the guy who played Paul Atreides in the Sci-Fi Channel Dune series.
Oh, yeah, he is a little reminiscent, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Never watched that.
It's actually really good.
It
Okay.
is so good. It is so good. It's probably the closest adaptation we've had.
Wow.
Hey, geez, that's okay.
Wasn't that Jason Patrick who played it?
No,
No?
I've got it right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to get real awkward. We're all watching this together. Okay. All right, guys. Leave a little of the imagination. Thank
There we
you.
go.
And scene.
Somebody get the intimacy coordinator in here.
I've done that too. It's not fun.
Okay, so it is Alec Newman.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's just lucky I had my physical copy right here behind me.
I was raised here. My sister. The Reverend Mother's taken always very full parents are.
Yeah,
Who did it? Tell you.
now that's more likely.
Don't worry, Joyce. One way or another, our past always finds us.
Ain't that the truth? I want to know about if this piece she's wearing, if it has some kind of meaning or
Too. She's the only one wearing jewelry.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like almost like not hammered metal but melted,
Mm-hmm.
like it's been heated and
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Got a very organic look to it.
yes, I love it. Love it. Got some heavy footsteps, Mark Strong. Oh, it was a drum.
You know.
In my defense, it was perfectly timed.
Very cool. Oh. Oh my god, that's so good.
And it's simple, too. It's all
Yeah,
very simple.
And it looks so cool.
To say that this doesn't follow the value of the movies, are you kidding me?
Wow.
Zoom in. Zoom in.
Brilliant. Wow.
The Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
predict things end badly for this kid.
Oh yeah, that's a given.
Oh boy.
There you are.
Oh, and here's the badly. Here it goes.
What's he doing in here all alone?
Child murder in episode 1.
On his wedding night, no less.
On his wedding. a child wedding.
You've had quite
And
the day for a
child-
10-year-old.
Yeah, you've had a big day, buddy. You've had a big day. Heresy, getting married.
Didn't know we were watching Game of Thrones.
Dune is the original Game of Thrones.
There you go.
I would postulate.
Father says we've come far to stretch ourselves.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh, does he?
You're all soldiers. And why are you here?
To kill you.
Yeah.
I'm also a child murderer.
There's a wolf who's in plain sight. Waits by an enemy that has made themselves indispensable. They just come here to do our thinking for us.
The machine was ended ages ago.
They did. I know.
Is our
Human being.
Oh my god, what connections is he gonna make here?
He's got some kind of control over the worm.
Is the enemy a certain political party that is losing power currently? That's what it sounds like.
Or is he worshiping the worm?
That's a good question. Because he said he's been given great power.
Mm-hmm.
And every once in a while, the worms do kind of pick a person.
Well, he prayed and he was spared. So
That's right. Oh. Uh-oh. There it is.
Oh,
Is he doing this with his mind?
it looks like it. Oh my.
Do it quickly. He's just a kid. Oh my god. That was horrific. We thank God there wasn't blood and stuff, but still, that was just
That's bad.
uncomfortable.
Uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Daddy just found his son.
That makes me want to hold my fingernails. Stop doing that. They're definitely getting me to feel emotions. That's for sure.
What the hell?
Oh.
He's going through the same thing.
Into him somehow.
Oh my god, look at the husk.
she was controlling the boy.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. I will not fear. Fear is the mind killer. I will face my fear. I won't let it pass over me.
There's no fear box here. What's going on?
Oh.
So, Andrew, you think she was controlling the boy, or is she channeling him, or like what?
She was connected somehow.
Okay.
I thought that's so weird.
In preparation, right, for like the sort of like the ascension.
She's seeing it. I see mother.
And end of episode.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
That That is a
Wow.
good, introduction. That was a hell of a first impression
Yeah.
they've
Wow.
just made. That is really, really good. Oh yeah, they do their little in depth in the episode. Okay, I'm sold.
Yeah. No, I
Yep.
mean, it's
Great
exactly
start.
what it needed to be.
Yep.
Child murder and all.
We got to see the founder of the Bene Gesserit. That was cool. For anybody that is interested in the Kevin J. Anderson books, the Battle of Corin tells her story.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, that's going on the list because like I said, I don't know much about the other books.
Well,
So
Brian Herbert has been working on these books with Kevin J. Anderson, and Kevin J. Anderson is a phenomenal writer. He's probably one of the most underappreciated fantasy and sci-fi authors across the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that was
well, I'm definitely going to check those out because I want to know more about the Bene Gesserit, especially Mother Raquel. Raquella.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right, Raquella?
Yeah. So she's the first. I mean, she's the first one to she's the founder of the order.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
And is there now because we have the Bene Tleilax also? Is it kind of like Puma and Adidas? Like they originally had some kind of thing, like two sisters split off and one.
I fully suspect that there's some division.
yeah.
Because they even mentioned that about early on in the episode when we're still dealing with that whole thing around the funeral and the disagreement and how the problems it would cause if there was divisions among the order.
Yeah, you saw like 50% of them kneeling and 50% of them standing in that sort of disagreement on that sort of core value, right?
Right.
Huh. Great first episode. I mean,
tremendous, yeah.
I can't wait till next week. I really can't. I'm probably going to watch this a couple more times to
yeah, no, it's beautiful. It's extraordinarily well shot. I think the pacing, I know some people that had early access were complaining about the pacing. I think it's paced very, very evenly. People just aren't used to what you would call cold sci-fi anymore.
Yeah, no, they're used to Marvel now.
That's cerebral, and it's a lot of depth.
This is definitely a series for the grown-ups, for the sci-fi grown-ups. So
it's interesting though. I mean, if you watch the two movies, like Denis Villeneuve's movies, they work at the same pace, more long shots, but like the character developments and like their interactions and like the long play, especially over the first two, it perfectly is mirrored in this first episode where it's not. You have to pay attention. You have to listen to the names. That's called attention span,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing is so there's a lot of people that are just, this isn't going to work for them. And I feel like the Dune movies had the same problem. I think Dune Part 1 and 2, I mean, it's one movie. It's one, it's hard to separate them, but together, Part 1 and Part 2 of Dune is maybe, as far as pure science fiction, maybe the greatest accomplishment of science fiction on the big screen.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not forget, we're watching the unadaptable. This has always been the holy grail of unadaptable franchises.
Yeah.
I completely agree. Often imitated.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like everything, the amount of science fiction that springboards out of Frank Herbert's first novel, it, includes, everything science fiction and even into the fantasy realm. And I mean, you can't watch Dune or read Dune and not see Star Wars in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was the foundation basically written as a rebuttal to Dune, or vice versa?
No, yeah. I believe that's correct.
Oh, the crossover between Star Wars and Dune, like there's just so many like literal like steals from Lucas, on that side.
Yeah.
Oh, Anakin is Paul.
Mhm.
Luke
The
is
Emperor,
Leto.
the Spice. I mean, there's so many. I mean, like,
Tatooine.
what do we get at first? Yeah, jeez.
Yeah. I mean, you had in Empire Strikes Back, you literally have a bounty hunter on the bridge of the Star Destroyer that is 100% a Fremen. Dengar is a Fremen.
Dengar. Oh my god. Wow.
His name
I
is
didn't think
My
that.
god.
His name is Dengar, and look at what he's wearing. He's a Fremen.
Yes. Jeez.
I tell people all that. I've been kicking around an idea of kind of another essay video to do, and I talked to Nicole about this in the past. That I often felt like sci-fi since Jules Verne has been trying to save humanity. It's been trying to warn humanity, and the dangers of depending on technology too much, and so on and so forth. And I've always felt like Dune is a perfect example of that. It's not just warning you of becoming too dependent on technology, but too dependent on drugs, too dependent or too used to too my brain is just gone to mush.
But
But
it's also a huge warning about trying to make prophecies come true.
that it's getting too used to government control and believing everything they're saying, and the manipulation, the using religion to control the masses in various degrees and forms. Like I'm pretty sure it's too in depth and too intelligent for me to fully comprehend and articulate. Like, I just know that it's waving these big red flags in your face. Like, listen to what we're trying to say. Think for yourself.
Yeah, this may come to
Think for
pass, and I think
yourself.
that's where we, like you said, Andrew, like the unadaptable. That's probably where it comes from. Is there's so many, not just like the story complexities in the houses, but also then how do you get these messages across without pissing half the people off, or
Right.
potentially.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of the message of Dune is an ecological story. It's about it's literally based on how we treat the planet. I mean that's what
Right.
Dune itself is.
That's yes. The whole terraforming your world to suit you instead of you learning to live with your world.
Well, that and Dune, it was a lush planet with water that we basically turned to a desert so we could mine the spice.
Right.
But
And then we tried to turn it back into lush and beautiful, and then we didn't have no spice anymore, and then we had to turn it back into a desert. Man, Arrakis has just been through it.
Yeah.
It's
through the ringer.
Well,
that's a great point too. What Spencer said there, Tuscans are Fremen.
Yeah,
that's a fantastic connection.
Yeah, they definitely leaned to that direction when they did. I don't recall who actually wrote that series, but they definitely leaned on that a little bit.
Well, even like in the Obi-Wan book that they wrote, that was like back in like 2012, the Tuscans are very Fremen like.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about Dune is there are lots of stories to tell.
Yes.
We've got 10,000 years between now and Paul Atreides.
If this series works, you can tell stories for a very long time.
Oh, you can tell stories forever. There's two other 10,000 year time jumps between Children of Dune and God Emperor Dune and Heretics of Dune, and then Chapter House Dune. So there's like 10,000 years in between all of those books.
And that's not even considering that you can back up and do the Butlerian Jihad if you want to.
Yeah. Oh, I would love for them to do that. I would absolutely love it. I think it would be fascinating and exciting. I really want them to get. I really, 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 really hope Villeneuve does not just Dune Messiah, but Children of Dune and God Emperor Dune, because that's going to be weird. Like, how are you going to do that? This giant worm with a man's face and these tiny little T-Rex arms. Like, how
But
are you going to do that?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You just described Jabba the Hutt. It's going to be
Yeah.
interesting to see how they decide to portray that when they get there. Because it's been done.
I read an article this afternoon about how he's seeing, like, he's doing the next, what, Messiah is the next one coming out.
Messiah, yes.
But he said, because that's his last one, and then, but he's not ending it there. He doesn't see this story as a trilogy. He's directing 3 movies out of this story, and he's going to let it go to someone else, or be handed off onto someone else.
And really, he's right, because the first 3 books, Dune, Messiah, and Children of Dune, that is most definitely a trilogy. That is a trilogy. Okay. And then you skip. It may not be entirely 10,000 years. It might maybe like 4,000 to 5,000.
A couple,
but yeah, it's at least thousands of years later. We move on to Leto II as God Emperor, the worm, the giant worm. That definitely feels like a totally separate story. It changes entirely, and you've got a whole other trilogy. So it's the right move in my opinion, and that's exactly what we were talking about, that this will be his last Dune.
Yeah.
But
so I'm hoping that he changes his mind on that. And the only reason I think that he might is because he had said he was going to wait a couple of years to start on Messiah.
He should.
And then he turned around and came back and said, no, we're gonna, like a couple of weeks ago, and said, no, we're going to go ahead and jump into this.
Yeah, it's expected to come out in 2026.
Yeah.
He must have felt the inspiration, because if I'm not feeling it, if I'm not feeling the urge to write this or create this or whatever, I physically can't.
Yeah, it was either he really felt that he needed to go ahead and get into it, or somebody waved a whole lot of cash under his nose.
Yeah, you wave money in front of me, I might find ways to stir up that inspiration.
Right.
Inspiration. And look, this series is a perfect, this may be a model that we see in the future, where we have investment from, let's say, HBO or Amazon Prime, whatever, Netflix, where you have these tentpole movies that have moved the needle on popularity, and you've got a placeholder series between the 2 movies or the next 2 installments that expand the universe, keep interest going. That's this is amazing.
Well, and also they're laying, I'm curious how much groundwork they're going to lay in the stories, in these stories, because they've already started with the thinking machines. They already started with the whole thinking machines conversation, which we never even touched on in Dune movies.
No, never.
You just
never.
Might.
It just was, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things is that this, you could have gotten real bogged down in the movies with trying to explain everything that the Bene Gesserit are up to and how they work. And I know that probably my least favorite thing was that I didn't feel like they told enough of Chinese side of the story.
No, they didn't.
In the movie.
They changed quite a bit, almost entirely.
And you could have her role and her importance and everything. Yeah. And they could have gotten real bogged down there. So it's hard to criticize it without knowing the process they went through to get there. And I think she's going to play an important role going forward. I think they're going to get there with it. But I think that this gives you the ability to tell a lot more, because I've seen a lot of people that really don't know Dune. They kind of know it by reputation, right? And they're going, "Oh, great, another girl boss series." And it's like, have you read Dune? Like, they're not changing anything. They're not like shoehorning in this whole girl boss thing. Like, these people have been manipulating everything in this universe for thousands of years.
The whole point is they manufactured a religion to control people. They've been doing it.
Manufactured their own Messiah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And you even see that in the 84 movie. I mean, that like where I came from, because I tried to read the novel several times after I saw the movie, I just couldn't get into it. But even from that perspective, one of the first scenes, we just see the Reverend Mothers that are all over the place, and they have their tentacles everywhere, and they're manipulating everything, and then even down to the sister there, Paul, when she's born in the movie, and how she's already like extremely powerful, like growing at phenomenal rates. That entire movie was bracketed by powerful women, and this was 84. So,
Yeah.
and that was a sort of a truncated interpretation of the book, from what I understand. And thanks to Andrew, I actually didn't know that the whole voice thing, what I love from the first movie, like that whole subset of the voice modulators or the voice magnifiers as weapons were like, oh, that wasn't part of anything. That was just a John Lynch addition to the movie, to the script, but which I loved. But that's kind of cool. That's fine. But that was already there back then. So what what complaints can you have now?
And they're not really noticing the most important part of that is that they are showing girl bosses, but they're showing them in the best way possible, that they're not trying to be super aggressive and whooping people and all of that. They're using their feminine superpowers. They're using very feminine characteristics, but amplifying that, make like
They're wielding power in a very traditional way.
yes,
That is how women have traditionally wielded power.
with whispers and
whispers and
suggestion.
poisons and influencing the men in power with whatever
They-
or not.
They are positioning themselves in caretaker positions, assistant positions, and using that to further their own means. They're using their suggestion, the truth sayer thing. That's a very feminine thing. The birthing. They're having babies. This is all very, very woman, and we're just born that way, dude. So we can't just, oh, it's a girl boss. No, they're just actually being chicks in charge.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, if you're watching this and that's your first impression of this, or the impression that you've been given by someone else, I encourage you to go read the first book.
Yes.
Like, you really don't need, the other books are great. You don't really need the other books to understand the story Frank Herbert was telling.
Yeah. For the most part, I would say, or pretty much, it's all about these women manipulating men to further their agenda.
Yeah.
And not for the good or the bad. It balances, it shifts throughout the story.
They're perfectly fine with letting the men have their power. They're not stealing the men's power or their authority. They're just using them as a means to an end.
Right. Like, you can have this. That's fine. I just need you to do this. This one little thing.
Yeah.
Which
Go
is
play your sandbox on Dune.
They're playing a long game. They're letting the men play politics here and now, and they're playing the long game.
The longest game.
Yeah.
That's always baffled me. These characters, like, God, that is just the ultimate impatience. Like, you're not even going to be here to see this play out, but know it's the faith, the commitment, the conviction to mind blowing. It's just, it's mind blowing, and it's a fascinating world. To people like Frank Herbert just blow me away. Like, you have created this incredibly intricate, interwoven, rich universe with different religions and beliefs and houses and families, and somehow he's able to connect them and have it all still make sense. That just and look what he's created. Like, it's gone on all these years later, and it's still just as relevant, just as important, just as fascinating.
And it's on a new rise now. I mean, this series of movies and this series now, as it starts, it's like heading back up again. Like it's on a new rise.
We're going to end this stream and all of a sudden I'm going to be able to articulate my thoughts better. You want I'll be able to say things better.
Dream about it tonight.
I probably will, and then I'll wake up like, why didn't I say that? Like, I'll sit and talk to Dave, the one person in the world that really could give two shits about any of this stuff, and I'll sit and be like, so this, and that, and that's because of this, and he's like, I told you to start a channel so you didn't have to talk to me about this. Like, why?
Didn't you have 3 other nerds just like an hour ago to talk to this about? What the hell?
Why are you talking to me about it? I'm very impressed with it. The writing is absolutely excellent. The dialogue was just it was Dune. It was
exactly. It was very consistent. It was on point for what the story is.
Yeah, there weren't any moments. The only moment that during the whole thing where I went, that could have been a little bit better. The scene where the girl was trying to determine the truth from the other people, one of the students.
Yeah,
she was seeing
okay.
fight. There was the fight between. I don't know. I think it may have been her and someone else.
Yes, there was going back and forth between the training and then the line. Yeah,
that fight was really poorly done. Throwaway. Like it didn't. It just looked like they were just shoving each other more than actually fighting. It was. But I mean, that's a little thing,
right?
Like that's what, that's my biggest complaint with this whole episode. And it's my only complaint with this whole episode was that could have been better. But it wasn't that it was just like so horrible it pulled me out. It was like, they could have done a better job with that. They got a little lax with that. It was clear they didn't want to take the time to bring in stunt people to do that. They just did it with the actresses and
trying to save a buck.
And yeah, I mean, other than that, the acting's great. Visually, it's great. The story so far is setting everything up perfectly.
Mark Strong, Travis Fimmel, the casting choices. Charles, you said it before it even started. The casting choices are just absolutely excellent. Just great work all around. I'm really looking forward to more. So, guys. I have to pee. I do. I have to pee. So that means we have to go. But before we go, Marisha, Andrew, tell the folks where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find us mostly these days. There is more stuff going up on the podcast account tomorrow for the Science Fictionary and Coruscant Radio Underground. You can find those on all the podcatchers. You can check out everything I'm doing here right now on the Science Fictionary YouTube channel.
And Sir Charles.
Yes, we are Conversations, Pat and I. The other half is somewhere up in Philadelphia right now. But yes, you can find our show on all podcatchers and also on YouTube because it gets published there by through Google and whatever. So that's nothing that I did. They did it before, so that's fantastic. We just released our Life Day episode actually on Friday, so that's perfectly timed for that. You can enjoy that. And every couple of weeks we put another episode, and then we try and be funny and not stupid online in the meantime. So
and have lots of fun.
Lots of fun.
We try.
Fun.
And as we mentioned before, we are all members of the Red 5 Network, and you can find all of our links, all of our information, as well as the rest of our Red 5 siblings at red5.bio.link. Try us out. Okay?
Absolutely.
We're okay. Yeah. Do you guys like my new glasses?
They're very fun.
I love them. I need a new pair.
Black eyeglasses.
Look at us. I needed a new pair because these are mine, and the arm came off, and I had to use E6000 to glue it back together.
E6000's good stuff, man.
It really is, but they don't.
Charles doesn't go anywhere without it.
So I was super, super lucky because I got sponsored by Zenny Optical.
Nice.
Like Zenny Optical.
I'd never used them before. My daughter's very excited because she wants a new pair of frames. So they were really, really awesome to give me this link. And if you use this specific link, you'll get 10% off. And they have so many frames. I was overwhelmed.
That's where these came from.
Are they? Yay!
Wow,
So I
very
have
nice.
a really narrow face, and so it's hard for me to find glasses that fit well.
That's where mine came from too.
See, I have a square face, and I have the same problem. So I was really happy with these because they have that option where you can try them on your face.
Yes.
And it was so handy.
Mhm.
And they've got all of their thousands of frames categorized very, very easily. So
You can search for, yeah.
yeah.
You can even
Very
search for them by width if you have a tiny face. You can search for them.
They're really great. And they give you a very nice case with a good cloth. And mine are they block blue lights and anti-reflective. And they send you a blue laser pointer to try it out. Like, see?
Oh, wow.
So if you guys need new glasses, and they have sunglasses too, and they have non-prescription, and you can have your prescription sent there. If you guys need new glasses, use this link. It'll save you a few bucks. I promise you will not be disappointed. I'm very happy with these. We are also on Spotify and Apple Pods as well. So if you want to listen to the audio versions, help yourself. You can find every link for all of our socials, for the everything. I put everything on the website. My reviews are on there, my portfolio, everything. So if you go to comicsand.squarespace.com, you can check that out. And we're also sponsored by Apotheosis Comics and Lounge in St. Louis. If you are not in or around the St. Louis area where you can go in to the coolest bar ever, like it's a comic book bar and arcade, and they have collectibles.
Sounds awesome.
It's super awesome, and I can't wait. I'm going to go by there this week while I'm up there filming. So if you're not in or around the St. Louis area, you can still shop with them. You can still buy collectibles, apparel, comic books. They even have subscription boxes for different sizes for comic books. I got the mega box recently, and I just let them pick whatever. And I probably got like 30 comic books, plus all kinds of pins. There was even an enamel pin, like a Michelangelo Ninja Turtle enamel pin, a bunch of stickers.
Wow.
They just really loaded it up. But they have several different subscription boxes you can choose from. And they also said I could give you guys 10% off. So if you go to shopapotheosis.com/comicsand and use code comicsand at checkout, you get 10% off. By the way, saying shopapotheosis.com/comicsand is super tricky, especially having to say it really fast. And when I was recording my little things for it, it took me like 20,000 times. So very proud of me. I've got that down now. I also have different merch stores if you guys are interested. Big ups to Charles for turning me on to Etsy. He walked me through it. It was not easy, but I eventually figured it out. So
it's not easy at all, but yeah.
It is not. And they do like to charge you for literally everything. Oh, you want to click this button? Pay $16. Sure. Why not?
Let's do that way.
But I've had a good time, and I'm looking forward to next week. I've been Danny. She's been Marisha. He's been Andrew, and he has been Charles. And you've been awesome. Make sure you check under your bed tonight because
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you.